friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share a layout for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. This is day 29. Yes, we're coming to the end of it. I'll hit my 30-day mark tomorrow. Anyway, so I'm using my October 2019 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit. And in that kit, I had 3 different packs of 6x6 paper. And so I'm out of my 12 by 12 paper and paper scraps, so I am down to using 6x6 on this layout. And so you saw there, I had a couple of pieces that I had previously cut apart for a different layout and didn't use. So I used those pieces to cut some stitch circles out of with my dies. The 2 6x6 pieces there, I put as my background. Then over to the side, I put the circles to be scalloped, and then I made an embellishment cluster for the other side. And you can see I started showing you the process of how I laid things out, but for whatever reason, I thought I was going to do a live recording of me scrapbooking, but for whatever reason, I walked away, and so I'm back another day, and I've already laid everything out. And that's what I do. How you saw it to begin with is how I lay it out the night before or the day before or a couple of days before I'm actually ready to scrapbook it. And so I laid everything down, and then I came back, and at this point I'm ready to start gluing things down. So those circles that I previously punched out, I will use them to create a scallop border over on the left side of the page. And I'm also going to use washi tape down that side as well, to just give a little bit of differentiation from the circles, because the yellow I think would blend too much with the yellow circles that I have punched out. Even though they are wood grain, they are a same tone of yellow. And so I have my photos down, and they are 4x6 that I have cut down, I think, to 3.5 by 5. I don't cut very much off of them. I just want them all to fit on this page. And so in order to get them all to fit nicely with a little bit of a top and bottom showing of the background paper, I needed to cut them down a bit. Now I've got these things layered up. I have that journal spot that I pulled from a little spiral notebook. I have a tag, and then I have this 2x3 pocket page card that I had cut out with my silhouette. And so I've had that in my stash for a long time. It's one that I cut out for a different project and then did not end up using it. So here I've got everything all layered up, and I'm just going to tuck it back in behind these photos. And of course, if you've watched me for any length of time, you know it's not completed until I rip things up. And here I'm realizing that I want the boy and the girl to show on that paper, and in order to do that, I've got to move my photos over. I probably should have lifted the background papers, the yellows, up and moved those over, but I didn't. I knew it would be too much of a hassle, so I just opted to place it like that. So the girl will be showing, but a portion is cut off, and that's okay. I have some other embellishments there that I'm going to layer up over on top of that little cluster. The anchor is, just because my husband and I are anchors to each other. We're, the anchor to each other's soul. And so our little pup-pups, yeah, they're kind of anchoring us together too. And that's what this layout is all about, is the day that we brought our little pup-pups home. You can tell by my husband's face, he was not uber excited. He was happy to meet them, but not entirely crazy about being a puppy parent to them initially. Now he's completely devoted to them. Our lives are ruled by our pup-pups, Yeah, so here I'm going to glue these pieces down to make my scallop border. Those are sure cute papers on the back side. I love that 6x6 paper pad. It is a My Mind's Eye paper pad. And initially I thought, oh, I might turn this over. And then I thought, no. I'm going to leave it like it is, how I initially had planned for it. And I'm just putting that ruler down to make sure that I have my circles all at the same depth so that it appears even. Um, and that's one of the things with the ruler that I try to do is if I'm putting stuff like this down, I want it to appear even, that they're the same depth. If I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing that to get those down. I think a ruler is a great tool to have. I use it quite frequently, but then other times I don't use it at all. And you saw that gold piece of paper actually had a 4-leaf clover on it, and I wanted to bring gold down to that bottom cluster there. And so I just layered my little camera right on top of it. The camera is actually one that I had previously cut out from a pattern paper. I want to say it was an old Amy Tangerine, maybe, but it's quite old and it's been in my stash, in my leftovers bin forever. I'm using a couple little tickets down there on the bottom just to cover up that little bit of white from the 4-leaf clover that's showing. And then I'm going to use a wood veneer beside that. Um, and I will make another cluster up by where the title is going to be, just to the left of that top photo. I'm going to have the title as well as my little bit of journaling that I'm going to put on it. You would think I would use the journal spot that I added to put my journaling down, but no, I did it just for I put that down just for the frayed edges. The spiral frayed edges. Yeah, I like that. So, and I think that's, you can repurpose anything however you see it in your mind's eye. So here I am adding down the title, and it's The Girls. And I use my puffy alphabet, and you see me there adding some adhesive on the background of that, only because the adhesive on those puffy stickers is not the best. And if that page in the album bends or buckles, those letters will pop off. And so I have found that with the puffy letters, I just go ahead and add a little extra adhesive. And it's the same with the chipboard too. I do the same thing. And I don't know if you can tell it straight away. You may be able to tell it in the close-ups, but that R in the word girls, I Frankensteined, and it was a B, and so I just cut it a little bit. I cut a little space out of it to make it into an R, because I didn't have another R in that alphabet. Yeah, you can do that with your thickers or with whatever alphabets you have most of the time. And so, yeah, in our house, our pups, wherever they're at, it's the girls, because they're both girls, obviously. And, well, not obviously, but I'm telling you, they're girls. And so when we're talking about them, it's where's the girls? What are the girls doing? That kind of thing. It's funny how you don't think that animals impact your life, but I'm telling you, when you're an empty nester and your kids are all grown and moved out and it's just you and your husband, your puppies rule your life. Your animals, period, rule your life. So on that little sheet of wax paper, I have those little strips of washi tape, and those I had pulled out to be representation of washi tape that I wanted to use on my background, but I didn't want them to go to waste. I didn't want to just put them in the trash. So I just tucked them over on the other side just a little bit. So yeah. Not much left to do. Put some flat back pearls down and get my journaling done, and then this layout will be done. Don't forget, stick around for the close-ups at the end, and you'll get a little bit closer up of the different embellishment clusters. I didn't do a whole lot of photos at the end, just 3 or 4. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you guys watching, and I surely appreciate Christy's Beautiful Life for doing this project so that I could follow along. I know she didn't do it just for me, but it sure felt like the timing was right to be just for me. Anyway, guys, that's it for the layout, and I will see you on the next one. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.